Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What separates the ordinary from the extraordinary? What turns a spark into a blazing fire? It's not just talent, not just opportunity, it's thinking different. You see, most people go through life living inside a box built by fear, doubt, and the opinions of others. They're waiting for permission to be great. But let me tell you something, greatness doesn't wait for permission. It requires you to step out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary by daring to think differently. Albert Einstein once said, the same thinking that got you into a problem won't get you out of it. So if you want to transform your life, your career, your relationships, you must change how you think. Today, we're not just talking about being different, we're talking about thinking different, because when you do, you unlock the power to shape your destiny and rewrite the story of your life. Are you ready to think outside the box? Are you ready to unleash your full potential? Then let's dive in, because it's your time to shine. Unconventional thinking is the cornerstone of breakthrough solutions and groundbreaking innovation. It requires stepping away from traditional methods and exploring new ways of approaching challenges in a world that often rewards conformity. Daring to think differently can feel risky, but it's precisely this mindset that drives progress and unlocks potential. When you embrace unconventional thinking, you give yourself permission to see problems from angles that others overlook. This perspective allows you to question assumptions, redefine limitations, and challenge the status quo. Often the solutions we seek are not hidden behind more effort, but in adopting a new lens, one that reimagines the problem entirely. History is filled with examples of individuals and organizations that have harnessed the power of unconventional thinking to transform industries. From the creation of electric cars to the design of smartphones, innovation is born from the refusal to accept how things have always been done. These pioneers looked at challenges not as barriers, but as opportunities to rewrite the rules and create something extraordinary. Adopting this mindset doesn't mean abandoning logic or practical considerations. Instead, it's about blending creativity with strategy. It's about asking bold questions, experimenting without fear of failure, and welcoming ideas from unexpected places. Or whether it's rethinking your daily habits, approaching a team project differently, or finding new ways to connect with others, unconventional thinking opens doors to solutions that might otherwise remain undiscovered. By shifting your perspective, you begin to see the potential in overlooked resources and underutilized ideas. Problems that once seemed insurmountable become puzzles waiting to be solved, and obstacles transform into catalysts for growth. That challenging societal norms requires courage and a willingness to question deeply ingrained beliefs that often go unquestioned. These norms, while providing structure to society, can sometimes become barriers that stifle creativity, individuality, and progress. Breaking free from these limiting beliefs starts with recognizing their influence on our thoughts, actions, and decisions. Societal norms shape everything from how we define success to what we consider possible. They dictate expectations around career choices, relationships, and even personal dreams. While these conventions may serve a purpose for many, they can also create invisible walls for those who feel called to pursue a different path. Questioning these norms doesn't mean rejecting all traditions or values, but rather examining whether they align with your authentic self and aspirations. The most transformative ideas and movements have often come from individuals who dared to challenge what was deemed acceptable or normal. Innovators, artists, and leaders throughout history have looked beyond societal constraints, imagining a future that didn't yet exist. By doing so, they not only broke free from their own limiting beliefs, but also inspired others to see new possibilities. Breaking free requires introspection and the courage to unlearn beliefs that no longer serve you. It's about dismantling the fear of judgment, rejection, or failure that often accompanies stepping outside societal expectations. This process can be uncomfortable, as it involves venturing into the unknown and standing firm in the face of resistance. When you challenge societal norms, you also create space for others to do the same. Your actions become a ripple effect, showing that it's possible to forge a unique path. By questioning what's been handed down as truth, You unlock the ability to redefine what's possible and set new standards for what can be achieved. Surrounding yourself with diverse perspectives is one of the most effective ways to inspire creativity and drive innovation. Each person's background, experiences, and worldview contribute to a unique lens through which they see and solve problems. By engaging with individuals who think differently from you, you expose yourself to new ideas and approaches that can expand your understanding and spark fresh insights. But when you limit yourself to a homogeneous group of people who share similar opinions or experiences, the risk of groupthink increases. Ideas become repetitive, and opportunities for breakthrough thinking diminish. On the other hand, diversity of thought fosters an environment where contrasting viewpoints challenge assumptions and lead to the discovery of novel solutions. This kind of intellectual friction can be uncomfortable at times, but it's often the catalyst for the most significant innovations. Diverse perspectives come in many forms, including cultural, professional, generational, and educational differences. Each perspective adds value, bringing a wealth of knowledge and approaches to the table. A collaboration with individuals from different walks of life encourages you to question your own biases and explore possibilities you might not have considered otherwise. Seeking out diversity requires intentionality. It means stepping outside your comfort zone to engage with people whose experiences differ from your own. This can happen in various ways: joining interdisciplinary teams, networking with professionals from different industries, or simply having meaningful conversations with individuals from different cultural or socioeconomic backgrounds. By being open to learning from others, you create an environment where creativity thrives. Diverse perspectives also help you anticipate challenges and identify opportunities more effectively. They provide a broader understanding of the world, making your ideas more adaptable and inclusive. As you embrace the richness of varied viewpoints, you cultivate a mindset that values collaboration and continuous growth, fueling creativity in every endeavor. Success is rarely achieved by staying within the boundaries of comfort and familiarity. The comfort zone, while safe and predictable, is a space where growth stagnates and opportunities for real transformation are limited. Stepping out of this zone is essential for unlocking potential, building resilience, and achieving goals that once seemed out of reach. When you venture beyond what feels comfortable, you expose yourself to new challenges and experiences that force you to learn and adapt. These moments of discomfort push you to develop skills, gain knowledge, and build confidence in your ability to navigate uncertainty. It is in these stretches of discomfort that personal and professional growth occurs, enabling you to handle greater responsibilities and overcome obstacles more effectively. Stepping out of your comfort zone also means facing fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown. However, these fears often serve as signposts pointing toward areas where growth is needed. Embracing this discomfort allows you to reframe fear not as a barrier, but as an indicator of progress. Each step outside the familiar expands your boundaries, making the previously intimidating feel manageable and the impossible attainable. The most successful individuals and leaders are those who consistently challenge themselves to go beyond their limits. They understand that staying in a place of ease leads to complacency, while embracing challenges cultivates creativity, problem solving, and resilience. By taking risks and venturing into unfamiliar territory, they open doors to new opportunities and pave the way for meaningful achievements. This journey often requires a willingness to fail and the persistence to keep moving forward despite setbacks. Each step taken outside the comfort zone adds to your reservoir of strength and prepares you for even greater challenges ahead. Over time, what once felt uncomfortable becomes second nature, creating a cycle of continuous growth and success. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in the same place, like life is passing you by and you're just waiting for something to change? Well, guess what? The moment you've been waiting for is right here, right now. You see, it's not the year that will change your life, it's you. This year, it's time to stop making excuses and start making moves. It's time to realize that the only thing standing between you and your greatness is you. This is your moment. You have the power to become the person you've always dreamed of being. So let me ask you one thing. Are you ready to let go of the past, step into the unknown, and create a new version of yourself? Because I believe with every fiber of my being that the best is yet to come. You are more powerful than you've ever realized, and this is your time. It's time to let the world see the new you. Every new year is a chance to step into the unknown, to leave behind old habits, old beliefs, and old limitations. It's like turning a page in a book that has yet to be written. While the past year may have been full of struggles or missed opportunities, this new year offers you a blank slate, a fresh beginning. It's a time to embrace the possibility that you can evolve, grow, and transform into someone who is more aligned with your dreams and goals. The concept of a new year is symbolic. It's not just about the calendar, it's about your mindset, your intentions, and your willingness to take action. Just like a seed that is planted in fertile soil, the new year gives you the chance to nurture your potential, let it grow, and watch it bloom into something extraordinary. You don't have to carry the weight of your past mistakes or failures with you. Instead, you have the opportunity to reinvent yourself, to rewrite your story. You are not defined by what you've done before, but by what you choose to do moving forward. This is your invitation to step up and take control of your life. The clock has reset, and it's time to shed the doubts and fears that have held you back. There is power in new beginnings. It's a reminder that no matter where you've been or how many times you've fallen, you always have the power to rise again. The beauty of a new year is that it gives you permission to become the person you've always wanted to be. You don't have to wait for the perfect circumstances. The perfect time is now. And the first step towards reinvention starts with you making the decision to begin again. When setting goals for the new year, don't settle for the comfortable or the easy. It's time to think bigger, to challenge yourself in ways you never thought possible. Small goals may feel safe, but they won't push you to grow or achieve your fullest potential. Aim high, set goals that stretch your limits, that make you uncomfortable, because growth happens outside your comfort zone. Bold goals force you to step into the unknown, to take risks, and to believe in your ability to overcome obstacles. It's easy to settle for what's familiar, but when you aim higher, you open yourself up to endless possibilities. Aiming high is about believing that you are capable of much more than you give yourself credit for. It's about trusting in your potential even when it feels uncertain. Bold goals ignite passion, fuel determination, and create momentum. They act as a compass that drives you toward success, even when the path is unclear. When you set big, audacious goals, you begin to think differently. You stop limiting yourself by what seems achievable and start imagining what's truly possible. You develop a mindset that refuses to accept mediocrity, and instead, you begin to strive for excellence. Bold goals also create a sense of purpose. They give you something to chase after, a vision of the person you want to become and the life you want to live. And in that pursuit, you will discover strengths and capabilities within yourself that you never knew existed. By pushing beyond your limits, you'll build resilience, develop new skills, and learn to persevere in the face of adversity. The process of striving for something bigger will transform you in ways you cannot even imagine yet. Aim high, because you are capable of achieving so much more than you've ever dreamed. Letting go of the past is one of the most powerful actions you can take to move forward. The weight of past failures, mistakes, and regrets can hold you captive, keeping you from fully embracing the opportunities that lie ahead. Too often, we allow the ghosts of yesterday to dictate the choices we make today. We allow our past to define us, to convince us that we are unworthy of success or happiness. But in reality, the past is nothing more than a collection of moments that no longer exist, and clinging to them only robs you of your power. Releasing the past means freeing yourself from the chains that bind you. It means choosing to let go of the guilt, the shame, and the what-ifs that have held you back for far too long. Every mistake you've made, every failure you've experienced is a lesson that has brought you to this moment. Those experiences do not define your worth. They are merely stepping stones on the path to your growth. Holding on to them only keeps you stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and regret. To move forward, you must make a conscious decision to leave behind the past. You are not the sum of your mistakes, and your past does not have to dictate your future.
it's time to release those old stories and create new ones.
The future holds endless possibilities, but only if you allow yourself the freedom to step into it without the burden of yesterday's failures weighing you down. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means accepting what has happened, learning from it, and then choosing to focus on what's ahead. You have the power to redefine your life, to take control of your narrative, and to break free from the limits of your past. The only thing standing in your way is your willingness to let go. Too often, we get caught up in the illusion that the perfect moment will come, that there's a right time to start when everything aligns and the conditions are just right. But the truth is, the perfect moment is a myth. Waiting for everything to fall into place only leads to delay, procrastination, and missed opportunities. Success is not about waiting for the stars to align. It's about taking action regardless of the circumstances. When you take action now, you create momentum. Even small steps forward will get you closer to your goals. The first step is often the hardest, but once you begin, you'll find that each subsequent step becomes easier. It's about building the habit of moving forward, of making progress, even when it's uncomfortable or uncertain. You don't need to have everything figured out before you start. The clarity you seek will come through action. Waiting for the perfect moment is often rooted in fear, the fear of failure, the fear of the unknown, the fear of not being good enough. But success never comes to those who wait for fear to disappear. It comes to those who take risks, make mistakes, and learn along the way. Every action you take is a lesson that brings you closer to your vision. The reality is, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to take that first step. The perfect moment will never come unless you create it. Today is all you have. If you truly want to achieve your dreams, you must take action now. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. The future belongs to those who act, not to those who wait. Growth is not a destination, but a journey. It's about making consistent progress, no matter how small the steps may be. Far too often, people focus on the end result, the big leap forward, and forget that real growth happens through the incremental changes that occur every day. Each step, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture of who you are becoming. By focusing on continuous improvement, you are creating a mindset that values the process as much as the outcome. It's easy to get discouraged when the results aren't immediate or when the progress feels slow. But it's in those small moments of improvement that true transformation happens. The key is consistency. Even if you make a tiny improvement every single day, over time, those improvements compound and create massive change. Think of it like building a muscle. Each small action you take is like a rep, and over time you become stronger, more capable, and more resilient. Focusing on growth means you are committed to becoming better today than you were yesterday. It's about challenging yourself to improve in areas that matter most to you. This could mean learning new skills, developing better habits, or expanding your mindset. It's not about perfection, but about progress. As you focus on growth, you begin to shift your perspective. You stop viewing mistakes as failures, and instead you see them as opportunities to learn and refine your approach. No matter where you are on your journey, growth is always possible. You don't have to wait for a dramatic change or a perfect moment. Each small step you take is a victory,